Hi, friends. Oh, my camera. So I don't have this. I have a new camera system, working on it. Um, and I haven't, I'm still figuring it out. But did you like my flowers? I had to give you a little preview of my garden. They're so pretty. So, Tanya and I got new streaming stuff. It's the one we use at her house. I'm still figuring it out because I've only had it a week. Hi, Mary. I've watched a lot of video on kind of how to set it up and what to do, but it's going to take me a minute to get my jam. It says E came up in the corner, but I'm working on it. So I felt a little springy with my flowers. I put on my pretty flower earrings, and I'm ready to go. I have some fun things to show you. Mary, your Easter card was really pretty. I made some Easter cards and mailed them. So I have another one I want to show you. I'm going to move my camera around so you can see, and we're going to rock this thing out. I'm going to move this just a little bit closer, which is like directly in my face, unless I use a different camera. Trying to figure it out, friends. So I'm going to show you again some of the cards you may have already seen, but if you're new to me, I'm going to show them to you again. Tanya and I do, if you place a $75 order with either one of us before April 10th, we will send you some card projects. This is what we did last month. These are two of mine, and Tanya has hers on her website, but we send you everything to make these. We cannot stamp for you, but we send you all the product you need to make it. So those are two from last month. This is the bundle. Oh, this is my card from my friend Mary. It's so cute. You did a great job. I love those birds. But this is the bundle we're using next month. So these are just some of the samples that I have. This one I did on our video last month. So if this was the card I picked, you'd get all the paper. I just couldn't stamp the berries or stamp these words, but you'd get this die cut. And then you would be able to create this card. I love this one because I love the strawberries. I had my dad here yesterday and I made him strawberry shortcake. And he liked it. I put my strawberries and some sugar and fresh basil. They were so good. Here's one Tanya did. She stamped on the window sheet to make it look like those berries are in her jar. This is one of the bundles from the new catalog. So we have a new catalog that starts in May. We've done some pre-ordering. This is the cover. Stampin' Up! Allowed us to do some pre-ordering, and this is one of the things that I got. So we kind of played with this last week. This is one. This is one. It's very dramatic. I like the black and white with the black elements. This is one of the die sets that's in the catalog that's new. And we also have a new impression mat. And what that does is it takes the image from this to this. So by running it through the impression mat, it's going to raise it up a little bit. So, hey, Tanya. So I'm going to show you the card I'm going to do for you today is this one. This is my Easter blessings. And I'm going to show you how I did that and how I raised this frame up. So you can see the texture to that and how much deeper the impression is than a regular one. The bundle that I used is Blessed Easter. This is an online exclusive. So this one you can get. And then this one, if you're a demonstrator, you can pre-order it because it's going to come out in the May to August catalog. And these are the phrases and frames. So my goal is to do this without shaking the bacon. So we're going to see what we can do. I have to use my Big Boss. I can't do this with the Mini Boss. And I've got all these plates stacked here, and I'll show you how I'm going to use all those. So first, I'm just going to die cut on my crumb cake. So this die cut is bigger than a quarter sheet of cardstock. So I need like 4.5 this way. So this is a half a sheet of cardstock, and I'm just going to run it through because this part is what I'm going to use to stamp my church and trees. So it's no cardstock is going to go to waste. And it looks like I'm using a lot, but it's totally fine. Okay, so I'm going to run this through and I'm going to die cut it. And this is done with the regular platforms, regular die cut. Trying not to shake the camera. Then I'm going to run it back through and I'm going to change the way this looks. So this plate stays on. This mat is going to go on top. And then I'm going to use this, the gray plate. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. Now, this is one of the tricks that I found not necessarily frustrating as just I need to pay attention. So when this is done and I go to put my silicone mat on top, because the next layer is this mat, I have found that sometimes this will shift just a little bit. There's some static in it and stuff. So sometimes I have to put a little post-it note or something on there just to hold it in place. Again, love it. Think it's fantastic. But you just want to make sure that you have it where you want it to be. Okay, so look at that. But see how it's kind of squished the paper a little bit? Can you see that deep impression in there? Pretty impressive, huh? So now I'm going to do the little Easter piece because I can. And that's the one I'm going to have to really post it down or it's going to shift for sure. So just so you know, I'm going to have prizes as always. I'll draw them on Wednesday with Tanya. But if you like and share this, you go in for a drawing and we draw. Tanya and I draw. I will draw on Wednesday when we're together. And Tanya is going to give away a prize too next week on hers. So we happen to like giving prizes a lot. So now what I'm going to do is do these side by side so you can really see it. But I think I'm really going to like this mat. Again, I need the learning curve of making sure I'm doing it right. Because I have a tendency to get frustrated when, you can see I have a little post-it stuck here. Because this is what I'm having. It sticks. There's enough static that this silicone mat will pull it out of its position if I'm not careful. So I'm going to take a little, I'm actually going to use a little bit of Post-it tape. And I'm going to stick this down. Because I don't want it to go anywhere. I'm going to put this on top with my gray plate. Do any of you guys have this? Have you used it yet? Okay. You should hear the static. Maybe you can. There's so much popping and cracking as I move this. All right. Now I'm going to put this big boss on the floor right now so I can do the rest of the card. Okay. So side by side, here they are. Can you see how much puffier this bottom one is? Like it's definitely more domed. Maybe if I put it on a piece of, this will be easier for you to see. So see how you can tell that top one is way more domed than the second one. That's crazy. Okay, so let's go ahead and create this card. Well, we can only get so much on each order, right, Mary? I need to do one more thing with this big boss before I get rid of it completely. So the piece that popped out from the middle of the frame is this piece. And I am going to use the exposed brick embossing folder. I don't know if you're like me, but I was like, oh, I want to emboss that. What folder should I use? And I pulled out a bunch of different folders to try to figure out which one I wanted to use. And I decided on the exposed bread. All right. So let's put this, let's do our some stamping and assembling. Again, the things I'm using is the Blessed Beginnings and then these phrases and frames. So I've got my scrap. This piece that I told you I was going to use. It is, I'm going to put 2 trees here. And this is crumb cake, if I didn't tell you. Maybe I did. Stamped in early espresso. Some early espresso and crumb cake. We were able to put a pre-order in. Doesn't that stamp? It just stamps so good. Let me tear this off so it doesn't get in my way. And then I have a piece of crumb cake here. I'm going to fold this over. And the goal is to eliminate the stamp pad on my desk. Easter blessings with another tree. It just stamps so good. And then I want to use this domed one to put the word Easter on. You can't see, but I just got on my tippy toes to make sure I could get that right where I wanted it. Now, before I close this up, I'm going to do a little bit of blending. I'm going to just do it on the edges. I love a good blend brush. If you're a blend brush fan, you may want to order some. Make sure you stock up on them because the price is going to go up just a little bit. Some of our prices are going up, which is a surprise to no one that has actually been to the store anytime recently. So this is, you can't really see the texture. I'm going to add texture to it. But what I wanted to tell you is I swirled that Easter. I'm not going to swirl this because I found that the paper kind of shifted when I did that. So I'm doing a little more, I'm not doing an aggressive swirl. That's for dang sure. It's nice here today. I have my friend, the bugs aren't out yet. Not in full force anyway. We get an occasional one. But I've had a window open so the cat could go in and out. The front door was propped open for the dogs. It made them very happy. So isn't that pretty? I mean, that's just, I love the way that looks. It looks like I antiqued a frame. Okay. Now I'm going to, I want to use these. I'm going to do this one a little bit different than the first one that I did. I'm going to use those foam strips. I'm going to put those around here to prop it up. I'm laughing at myself. I rearranged my desk. I'm like, wait a minute, where are those foam strips? Where did I put them? Because they used to be, right at my fingertips. Well, they were a little bit further than my fingertip. So I'm going to put this frame on with these foam strips. So this one, the first one that I did, it's all flat. I'm going to raise these up and then you can tell me which one you like better. Oh, hi, Tanya's mom. Ramona is Tanya's mom. I mean, she has a name, but she's also Tanya's mom. And she's a crafter. She's where Tanya got her talent. Don't tell Tanya I said that, though. My mama was an artist also. My mom was a painter. She did oil paintings. I did that for a while and found out that took longer than making a card. So now my frame's raised, and then when I seal this down in here, which I can go ahead and do that. I haven't colored the pieces or cut them out yet, but that's totally fine because this is going to sit right down in there. So one's raised and one's flat. You'll have to tell me which one you like better when I get it all done. So what I decided to do with this, I didn't want my color to bleed through on the inside, so I didn't want to use a blend. So I decided I was going to use the watercolor pencils. I'm a huge watercolor pencil fan. So my tree, again, it's I'm coloring it in with espresso, so I'm not going to color it super dark because I'm just going to go over it with a blender pen to kind of blend the colors together once I'm done. So that one is Granny Apple. This one is Garden. I mean, why not mix up my greens? Because I live in the woods. I can guarantee you I don't have any trees that are just one color green. So the other thing with this new software is I can't see on my computer if people have commented or done anything. So it's showing up on my phone, but I can't see it up here. So I keep looking up at my computer to see if I'm in the center of the screen like I'm supposed to be. And I'm not doing a very good job of looking at my phone. So if you comment and I don't comment back, I will after the video. I'm not being rude. I just can't. I can't watch them both. Again, Tanya's had the software a little bit longer than I have, so I'm going to figure out how to look at the comments. They send me a video every couple of days to watch and see what I need to be doing. So I'm trying to start to watch those and kind of catch up on what I need to be doing. Okay, the other one was Old Olive. I'm putting a little bit of daffodil in there. I don't know that you care what color it is for my church. I'm going to add my roof. This is basic gray. Oh, you know what I can do? That way you can see a little bit better, right? Now, I don't really remember what my other church looks like, so if this one looks different, I guess I could pull it up from under my pile and look. I'm going to put some gray steps. So we have a gray roof and a gray step. Then I have pecan pie. I'm going to do my tree trunks. I'll put that down here. Let's go up here too. Put my colors a couple of different places. I have some espresso. I really like the watercolor pencils. I like them because they're a soft lead. I like to just color with them and not even do the whole blender pen on them. I don't even have to do that. This is some basic black. My kitty cat's talking to me. And again, I leave them a soft touch. I can color harder, but then sometimes it's harder to remove the lines. So I try to make sure I'm kind of a soft touch here. And then to make this one just a little bit different, this church is getting a red door. When my son got married, they had a red door at their church. And it took great pictures. I have great pictures of Ruby and Abe and their cute little flower girl ring bearer in front of that door. Okay, so I'm going to go over my brown. And I'm just going to kind of do all the same colors. It's just going to be easier. So I started with pecan pie. I'm going to work my way to the espresso. So do you see how pretty that is? Sometimes I color with a blend pen, and sometimes I use a wink of Stella. I didn't want my church sparkly. I don't know why. that still had a little bit of brown in it, so my steeple has a little bit of brown. Not offended by it. And then this is the basic black. Dozer is being shouty out there. I don't know what he thinks he needs. And I'm going to clean this off a minute. That was super clean, right? And then I'm going to swirl my trees because I feel like that's the way. And if you notice, I'm not getting really close to the espresso because I don't necessarily want to pull that color in. I just wanted to outline my image, not fill it in. Yeah, he's shouting out there about something. That's funny. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of make sure this is off. And then I'm going to do, I don't think I need to do the yellow, but I definitely want to do this red door. All right, that's all the coloring I'm going to do. Oh, that's not true. I want to do this one real quick. Go right around that edge. It was a little soft. I wanted it a little darker. Okay, now I'm done. Now these have die cut. So I have the church and 2 trees. And what I love is when I have these skinny ones, I can use my mini boss. And I like it. Even though my big boss is on the floor, I still use this one a lot. Because I can do my little things with it. Now I can only do that tree, then I'll come back and do the bottom tree and the church. I had someone ask me the other day, they're like, you use your mini boss a lot. Do I need a big boss? And I'm like, yeah, because for the embossing folders and everything, you do. I said, I just normally use it on camera because it's easier. It's less likely to shoot the table. Carla Rowland, this is your present from Tanya when you want a prize. It's here. I have it. I have not stolen it yet, but I have coveted it a couple of times. I need to make me a, I have the stuff here. I just haven't done it, but I wanted a pin holder for one of my notebooks the other day, and I'm like, I could just steal Carla's. I'm not. You'll get it. But if you, like this and do all the things, you know the drill. You like this and you comment. If you're watching and I need you to comment for me to put you in for the door prize. Martha won it last week. It's already been mailed to her. Martha, your stuff's in the mail. She won some really cute embellishments. Really cute. I haven't decided what I'm giving away this week. I get my order on Thursday, and I'm going to have some extra stuff in there. I'd really like to share some of that stuff. All right, now let's finish putting this together. And then you can tell me whether you like it raised or flat. I'm not offended when you give your opinion, and we can have difference of opinion. It's just, I'm always curious as to which one people like better. I always ask at camp what their favorite project was. It bothers some of them, but I'm just curious. What do you like? What did you find appealing? Oh yeah, this church is way different colors. These I adhesive down. Because I kind of put them. Here's Shouty Pants. He's coming in. He's at my feet now. He's rubbing on my feet. He wants something. Okay. I'm going to put this on with the dimensional. That's not the one. I almost stuck the wrong one on. My day's kind of been like that. I could very easily stick the wrong one on. I talked to Kayla earlier, and she's having elementary school issues. I mean, I'm thankful I'm not in that phase anymore. Okay, so I have one that's flat. one where the frame's raised up. Do you have a preference? I mean, it's hard. I love these, and I'm not sure why I like them so much. Maybe because there's no sparkle, they're just a matte dot. And I'm not sure this needs some embellishments, but I needed to put them on there. So same but different. Do you have a preference? Oh, Mary likes the raised one. There you go. I try not to do my videos the exact same, because if I do that, then they're the exact same. I try to mix them up just a little bit. Sometimes it's just a color change. Sometimes it's, you never know. So anyway, what do you guys do for Easter? Our church for the first time is having a sunrise service. And I told my husband that we may need to be at church at 7 a.m. on Sunday. So we may do that. And then, of course, I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. Nope. May not. We'll see. Nope, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, no, I did. It stopped. Okay. That was annoying. So we may go to that 7 a.m. sunrise service, and then I'm coming home and fixing buttermilk fried chicken and mashed potatoes. My sister's making green beans and deviled eggs, and there'll be homemade bread. Let me know. I do take extra reservations if someone needs to show up and needs an Easter meal. But I printed recipes for like a rainbow pie. I don't even know what that is, but it looked really cute when it went across my Instagram feed. All right, friends, thanks for joining me. I'll go through and look at all the comments and draw for a prize. I will not keep the prize. I will actually mail it to you. Still got Carla's as an option. All right, friends, thanks for joining me. Gosh, you have a great day. Bye.